guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you couldn't tell by my little messy bun, we are gonna get artsy today. I'm so cheesy. I wanted to bring you guys along because I'm doing this little DIY project. I actually came up with it during COVID. If you're like me and you own a Polaroid but you never remember to bring it anywhere, or you don't know how to change the film, like me, this video is for you. So I'm going to show you how to just take your normal pictures and turn them into Polaroid pictures. Put them up in your room, whatever you want to use them for. Thank you so much for being here. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. It really helps my channel grow. It makes me really happy. So thank you. Let's get into it. So these are the pictures that I picked for my Polaroids. I went through them, and as you can see, I chose 24 photos just to save myself some hassle. Here's how I edit some of the pictures. So I normally go in and do the auto edit and then just make my own little edits with like brilliance and brightness and contrast. I like to turn it down most of the time, and I'm constantly checking the original just to make sure it's not too far off. Here's a few examples. Normally I don't mess with the vibrance or saturation unless it's too bright, and sometimes if it's too yellow looking, I'll turn up the tint. This one I had already edited, so I just kind of went in and looked at what I'd already done, saw what the tint could do. So now you're going to open up Google Docs, and you're going to get the pictures on there, and one at a time you're going to add it onto the dock and adjust the width. The proper width of a Polaroid is 3.1 inches, and it's basically a square. So you take that and you make it 3.1 inches. And then, so you can move it wherever, you wrap the text and you make it a 0-inch margin. Then you can put it anywhere in the dock that you want, and you can leave that space to have that white Polaroid look. So as you can see, I'm just adding more and more pictures. I can fit 4 on a page here, and adjust the width, adjust the margin, wrap the text. You know, it gets repetitive. So now I went up to the top and just kind of hit return a bunch of times to make myself some extra room so it wouldn't just all put it on one page. I absolutely love having Polaroids of my friends in my room because it just brings me a little bit of happiness whenever I look back on the memories, and I hope it does the same for you. I like to have a nice color balance too. As I'm choosing the pictures, I like to have a lot of them outside, but then some of them, if they have fun lighting or whatever, I'll just make sure they're like separated a bit, and then it adds a pop of color. Honestly, the blurry ones are the best Polaroids. So as you can see, what happened here is that it was an unsupported image type. So that happened with a few of my pictures, and it's an HEIC image, and I honestly didn't know how to solve the problem, so I just ended up screenshotting all of them, which is probably worse quality, but it ended up getting it on there, and it's printed smaller anyways. Your pictures don't have to be perfect squares. Some of mine were a little off, and it's fine because there's different kinds of Polaroids anyways. So whatever it is, you're still gonna roll with it. Do the same dimensions of white around it, which I'll show you later. So one thing my computer did that kind of screwed it up was it didn't actually print it in the full width and height. I don't know why exactly, but it made it smaller than it actually was and kind of squished it all to one side of the page. So if you can avoid that, that would be great. Then it'll be the actual dimensions of a Polaroid. But if not, no worries, and you'll just have them a little bit smaller like I do. So this is where I went in and used the screenshots instead of the original images. So as you can see, they're not quite as nice quality, but it works. The actual dimensions of a Polaroid are about 3.1 by 3.1 inches on the actual photo, and then the border width of the entire thing is 3.5 inches, and then the length is 4.2 inches. And here's what the dock should look like. This is where you're going to grab that photo paper, because this will make it nice and glossy and more realistic to a real Polaroid. So go ahead and hit Command P, it'll load a preview. Make sure you choose color, unless you want black and white. I did a little tester page just to make sure it worked, and it did, so I went through with the whole thing. Here's where I measure
measured each photo and the border around it. I did about a ½ centimeter around each time, and then I think it was like 1.75 centimeters for the long part, but if you had it print out the full length, then it would be a bit bigger than that. And then pretty simple, I just went through and cut off the sides evenly with that ruler slide. If you can print it out the full size, remember the width of the whole thing is 3.5 inches and the length is 4.2 inches. Each time I measured it, I just did a little pencil marking on the paper. It obviously didn't show up very well, but it helped me enough to be able to cut it on the line. I had 6 sheets of paper total, so I just went through and did the process 6 times, and it gets easier each time you do it too.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. It means the world to me. Please stay tuned for more videos. These pictures will be featured in my room tour video, which is coming out soon. I love you guys so much. Hope you're doing great. And remember, Jesus loves you.